In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the Crypto Keeper and Blockchain Crusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Crypto fam, it's your boys, Crypto Keeper, Blockchain Crusader, and we've got a special guest tonight for What If Wednesday, the one and only Jutalian. How you doing, Lakota?
I'm absolutely fantastic. I'm going to try my hardest not to get you guys in any algorithm trouble. Try not to curse or mention things I can't. I'll try to keep it nice and clean.
We appreciate it, man. We're really looking forward to chatting with you tonight. Real quick, before we get started, guys, make sure that you smash the likes. If it's your first time coming in, make sure that you subscribe. Just as a reminder, we are giving away a year of Market Cypher, which I'm about to show Market Cypher here in just a minute, but we're giving away a year of Market Cypher if you are in the Debate Crypto Academy. So we'd love to have you there. If you are looking for a little bit more personal touch, we do private seminars every single Sunday. We've got Crypto 101. There's a lot there. So if you want to get into the DCA fam, as we call it, Debate Crypto Academy, check it out. We'd love to have you. So, Miguel, what is on the podium for What If Wednesday tonight?
Altcoins, man. And, you know, the whole dilemma is, will 99% of them actually die? Where we've seen almost a double in amount of altcoins created from just a few years ago to now. And honestly, I do think that, you know, most of them are all going to die.
What if all the altcoins die, or most of them? Yeah, it's going to be an interesting chat. I think we're going to have fun with it. Let me do a quick market watch here. So, guys, guess what? We have, drumroll please, a green day. 3.1% up right now. Global crypto market is at 2.07 trillion.
I feel like we're in the stock market getting all excited about 2% up.
Dude, I know. Yeah. Bitcoin up a couple percent, ETH up 3.5%, about BNB about 4.5 or 4.2, I should say. Solana up almost 7, but it had been way down. Cardano up 11%. It had been way. I mean, guys, listen, everything's been way down. It's on the upswing. We need it. We definitely need it.
But are we?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
is this just a dead cat bounce? Can we go lower?
Hey,
that's a whole nother topic for another day.
That's absolutely questionable. But let me see that. Let me just show you this real quick. So on the Bitcoin daily chart, right, we have printed two green dots, a green dot on the momentum wave and then the confirmation dot below, which for those of you that don't know Market Cypher, that's a good thing. We don't have a ton of volume here, right? But we do have a little bit of a, let me see here. Let me see if I can hit this here. We got a little, you know what? I suck at drawing these lines, dude. I really suck at drawing these lines. I was going to show you.
It's because TA is an art, bro, not a science.
Yeah, I know. All right, screw that. At any event.
That looks like a right triangle.
Yeah, I was gonna draw a symmetrical triangle, but I didn't pull it far enough. Forget it. At any event, we're heading in the right direction, folks. We are headed in the right direction. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, Lakota, when we talked, you kind of gave us a good idea for What If Wednesday, right? Not kind of. You came up with the subject for tonight. So tell me, right on its face, why do you think that there's like 16,000 cryptocurrencies right now. So 99% of that would essentially be, leave us with, I don't know, 160, cryptocurrencies, basically, when it's all said and done, something like that, or 140, something like that. Why?
Even that's high. And it's not if, it's when. The amount of trash in the crypto market is insane. And don't get me wrong, I love meme coins because they're exciting and you could make money on them. But they all go away, all of them. Think about when you go to the grocery store, there's an illusion of choice. There's like 8 companies that control all the food. Everything is controlled. It goes down. It always does. If you think about the .com bubble, all the companies that came out, what came out of that? You have Amazon and Google, and then everyone has their own company websites. But if the cryptocurrency isn't going to change the world, I would, especially when these big market drops come, really analyze what you're doing and like, why are you in this coin? Why are you invested in it? At the end of the day, and it may take a while, it may take 10, 15 years. There's a lot of new investors that'll be coming in, a lot of new meat, and people could hype things up. So the coins, maybe they won't go to zero, but they're going to fizzle out and they'll be pretty much worthless. And at the end of the day, I have my lists of coins that are near and dear to my heart. I try not to get emotionally involved with them when I say that, near and dear to my heart. But I promise you, it doesn't take a lot to step back and look, like pretend you could get out of this crypto bubble for a minute. Pretend you're not a crypto person and just look in. What's going to change the world? What coins are important enough to stick around for the next 5-10 years and beyond?
I agree with that. Right. When you say that, it's true. Anybody can create a project, right? And a lot of these projects already exist, and they're all technically money. You can pay with them. So it's almost like people are literally creating their own fake monopoly money, right? And it's like there's only one, in my opinion, that's actual money, which is Bitcoin, right? Digital gold. It's established itself. It's the fundamentals of how Bitcoin works. It exemplify the fact that it can be money. It can be a store of value. Everything else is just, hey, I created this project, and by the way, we're attaching a coin to it. It has some real life use cases, but the coin is not necessary. The coin is just a little like cash grab, right? It's like so we can pay promos with this fake money we've created, and if it goes up, it works out for you.
Well, so you said that Bitcoin is the only. I see on your wall you have you also believe in Ethereum, right? Even though it's slow and expensive now.
Yeah, but I don't see Ethereum as money. I see Ethereum as a platform.
Yes.
That is valued.
It's a world. Ethereum's one that will be around. There's There's so many things built on the back of it. It's the backbone of so many important things. Smart contracts are the way real estate's going to be done. All that's going to. VeChain is another one. Supply chain management. That's a very important coin. Chainlink is an important Oracle crypto.
Yep.
Theta, if I may for a second, is going to be a top 3 crypto. I'm on the record of saying that. It's going to be a top 3 crypto in the next 5 years. Why? So I screenshot it, write it down. I don't care what you have to do. It's going to be a top 3 crypto. People really underestimate this coin. They think it's about like just streaming, but essentially what it's going to do is help speed up the internet. And the internet is going to be very important. It is right now, but it's going to be even more important with VR and the way people are on their phones all day right now. Soon you're going to see it's going to evolve. Those are going to be goggles before you know it. And people all day are going to be in the metaverse all day. I have a friend now who does meetings in the metaverse all day long.
Yeah, so Miguel and I are actually getting ready to stream here soon in the metaverse. We're still trying to figure out some different little intricacies that kind of are little problems that we're trying to figure out. But let me step in and give a little bit different point of perspective. So I agree that you guys know that I'm actually Lakota. I'm basically the meme coin hater, and it's not because I don't think that they can be fun. It's not because I don't think that people do make money. It's because the majority, in my estimation, there's a ton of people that get into the crypto space via meme coins, and they get crushed because they think that they've bought into something that they haven't, right? So they think that they're getting into a different version of Bitcoin or Ethereum, when in reality, they're freaking gambling, right? So I digress. That's not what I'm getting into. What I'm getting at is...
No, that you have a point, though, but I don't want those people hearing it. When you go to boot camp, you went to Marine Corps boot camp. I went to boot camp as well. When you start out with 500 people, not all 500 are fit for war. You got to chisel those people away. I don't want the people who come hardcore into a meme coin and get exploded out of their wallets and then get a bad taste in their mouth for crypto. I don't want them here anyway. If you're not, I don't mean to be like exclusion. I want everyone in here, but when you come in, you have to understand if there's a picture of a dog on it and a chart that's going straight up, it's probably going to crash soon. Like, ride the fucking wave. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Fucking have fun. But if you come here and get your feelings hurt because you invested into Dogecoin at 80 cents and it didn't go to $30 like all your friends told you it was going to do, that's a little bit your fault. Maybe all the way your fault.
Yeah.
Maybe you really have to do research.
So I've never thought of it that way, about how basically the reality is the herd needs thinned out anyway, because the reality is the majority of people in the investing world aren't going to make money. It's like day traders. When you hear people talk about day trading, right? It's this big sexy thing. I always describe it as being sexy because a lot of people, I think, have this vision in their mind that it's this great thing that they just get up in the morning whenever they want and they just, I'm going to do a few trades and I'm going to be a multimillionaire or whatever. Like, that's not real life, right? But what I wanted to say was, the reason that I think the majority will go away. So we agree on that. But here's where I think the number could actually get a lot bigger in terms of how many coins will stay around. I'll give you two things that I think. First thing, this is the metaverse. If the metaverse plays out the way that it's headed, I think that a lot of these companies are going to have a play on needing to have their own utility token. So I think that a ton of these companies are going to say, hey, listen, if you hold Nike coin, for example, right? If you hold Nike coin, we're going to give you 15% off on every pair of shoes. And oh yeah, by the way, you can stake it for, I think ultimately there's a lot of these companies, even though like Miguel said, it's a cash grab. It's an interesting way to earn income. I think they're going to utilize it. The other thing that I see on top of these companies that are going to jump in, I see a lot of social media influence tokens coming in. I think a lot of these artists, I think there's going to be a lot of these, let's just use music, for example. I love music, right? I don't see any reason why a lot of these artists, not only, NFTs, yeah, they're going to be using those, but I see a lot of artists saying, hey, listen, if you hold so much of my coin, right, which is going to give them essentially extended extra liquidity, right? If you hold that, then you get this benefit, and this benefit. And oh yeah, if you're a whale in my social media token, in my influencer token, then you're going to get a yearly dinner, or you're going to get this, or you're going to get that. And I just see so much of people just don't trust or are starting to notice that they don't trust what's going on with the government and the dollar. And I think as that happens, people are looking to expand their minds and really say, you know what? We could look at something different. Value is just what two people agree. Value is just, hey, you and I both agree something has value. We can exchange it. Boom. Money. I don't know. So that's the only reason I feel like it could inflate. Thoughts?
Go ahead.
Miguel?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Good. Take it.
Those two will go to zero. Like as the like most influencers over time, they fizzle out. And even if they do get this coin created, it'll be on the back of another coin. It won't be a layer one first edition thing. It'll be like an Ethereum based token. So it'll all go back to Ethereum.
Okay.
For sure. I could see those coins having a use, but I think they'll be built on something more important. Like Ethereum is already here. Ethereum's the one that everyone builds on. And once it's not slow and expensive, it's going to be, I think Ethereum is easily worth $8,000 to $10,000 a token.
Easy.
Without a doubt.
Easy.
Yeah. I like price predictions because people get it. People love them, and nobody knows. Like you said, when you were saying traders don't make money, 90. It's true. I looked this up. I don't know how accurate it is. I mean, I did read it on the internet. So odds, 90% of traders lose money. Really, it can't be. It can't be more accurate because there's no way that most people can take their emotions out of it and trade just on the charts. I know the crypto weatherman is he's one of the best with the charts. He's the 1%, the 1 to 10% that actually make money. I'm a big fan of holding and time in the market. I've been holding my Theta since 50 cents. And I bought it all the way up, all the way when it $12, $13, and it crashed back down to $4. I bought all the way in all those zones. Just keep, dollar cost averaging, buying as much as I can, accumulating enough until it's a life-changing amount.
So many people don't understand that.
I buy and hold.
So many people don't understand that. That is the most simple. We talk about it all the time. Our academy is Debate Crypto Academy, DCA fam, right? So many people don't understand that literally crypto can be as simple as finding a solid project that is not going anywhere, right? Just like a Theta, for example, you're using that as an example. I'm going to use Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever, and continuing to buy no matter what. I'm with it, man. I
got a question, Miguel. You seem really into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the first. Maxi. And I have a picture of the Bitcoin. Even I have my Bitcoin thing on my wall.
Yeah.
I have my Bitcoin shirt and everything. Bitcoin, at some point, you have to start comparing it to global things. Like the total market cap of Apple is $2 trillion. So if Bitcoin doubled and got to 2 trillion and is worth as much as Apple fucking computers, then it's $100,000, right? That's essentially when people say Bitcoin could go to 1 million, it can, but then it would have to be worth $10 trillion and be the most valuable thing on the planet. What's the market cap of gold? Isn't it
11 trillion?
11.
It's like 11 trillion, I think.
Yeah, you're telling me gold and Bitcoin if they went head to head, then Bitcoin could go to $1 million. Is that
Yeah.
What's your price prediction for Bitcoin?
Yeah,
If you don't- some
for
people like price
Bitcoin,
predictions.
yeah, for Bitcoin, I think by 2030 we'll be at $1 million for Bitcoin. And the reason why I think it will surpass the market cap of gold is because, unfortunately, gold is a very manipulated market where gold cannot continue going up in price because gold just keeps getting used more and more in hardware for computers. So that itself suppresses the price of gold, because if not, then all these components of and the more electrical stuff we get, electrical cars, right, smart fridges, all these things, they keep getting more gold. They cannot allow the price of gold to go up, so that's where the price of gold gets manipulated to be pushed down and stay flat, versus Bitcoin doesn't have that problem, right, where it can't be limited. Bitcoin already has a finite cap, and on gold they always can produce more gold, right? Once they have a surplus of gold, they're like, well, right now we don't need to mine more gold. If gold, starts to become scarcer and price goes up, they just go mine more gold and then bring the price back down. They can't do that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is only 21 million, will only be 21 million, and the mining will always be the same. They can't fluctuate that.
That's amazing and true. But I think the metal that you're really referring to is silver, which is the most conductive and reflective metal on the planet. And it's used in every phone, ring light, car, fucking anything in Best Buy, anything on your anything. Everything has silver.
Yeah, silver is another
everything.
One. Exactly.
And
100%.
you can just mine more, but according to the U.S. Geological Survey, by 2060, we will have depleted 90% of the world's silver, because you can't just buy a phone and be happy like a normal, like you can't do that. In 8 days, you're like, fuck this piece of shit. And you're looking for another one. So people keep, and that silver's never, I mean, there's some places in China where they burn it and they have like, terrible diseases and disabilities because of the fumes. And they're like burning the plastic off to get it's messed up. But silver is definitely, in my opinion, it's going to be, and in the opinion of geologists and people that dig into the earth, we're running out of silver. That's going to be finite too. So I would stack a couple coins.
I agree with that, right? And the problem with that is, and this is going to get crazy, so stick with me for a little bit, but they've actually have genetically enhanced this bug to literally shit out gold.
Whoa! What?
Yes, there is a bug. I don't know what the name of it is. I saw it in a documentary. They have genetically altered the bug, right, to literally shit out gold.
We live in a wild time.
They just
put a pig heart.
Google it. Google it right now, Nick.
We got to take just a real quick break so Miguel can go take another hit of acid.
No, I don't have to.
Wait, well, we live in a crazy enough time to where I mean, this guy the other day they put a heart from a pig into a human being.
Yes,
right.
They modified a genetically modified pig's heart, right? So that pig was already genetically altered, and then they killed the pig. They took the heart out and they put it into a human.
What about this? You tell me. Hold on. This bug it's theoretical. It's on another planet. Or here on Earth, there's a bug that shits gold.
It exists. It's real.
Miguel,
it's here.
I'm half Jewish. If there was a gold shitting bug, I would fucking know about it.
I'm telling you, look it up right now. Just Google it. Anybody in the chat?
I bet everybody right now has left the chat to Google.
If you're in the chat and you think Miguel is dropping acid currently, please drop a 1 in the chat. If you think Miguel is dropping acid in the chat, just drop a 1.
There's a whole documentary about it. Not about the bug itself, but I saw a documentary about genetically altering organisms or whatever. And they literally created a bug. It's a tiny bug. It poops out like a tiny little thing, but yes, it is real. It exists.
This it?
And I don't know the name of it. I don't know.
Look, somebody look this up. Cupravitus metallodurans. Cupravitus metallodurans. I don't know.
I'll leave it up to the chat and you guys. I'll keep talking about it, right? So, basically, it's tiny, right? It's tiny, and it poops out a tiny little amount of gold, but it is gold nonetheless. And if we're talking about genetically altering things, right, and all these kind of technologies that exist already, it's a goose, not a bug. Yeah, I mean, guys, it's crazy what technology is doing we can at some point, even whether it's a bug or not, we're going to be able to synthetically create gold.
No,
we are.
no,
we're going to
no,
be able
no.
to create it.
Okay, well, he's not on acid.
We're not right
I just
now.
read it. The
But
amount
I think he okay, go ahead. The
amount
what?
of bugs needed to make even a usable thing for one component of one iPhone is astronomical. It's not sustainable, and it's not real gold. It has like the elements of gold, and yes, technically it pooped a micron of gold. So he is right.
I'm just saying, with the advancement of technology, it can get worse and worse where it can replicate gold. We're not there yet.
Silver is the most conductive and reflective metal on the planet, and in your lifetime, you're going to see silver drives. Apple will sponsor them. So they're going to give you iPhones in exchange for silver.
So let me ask you something, Lakota. It sounds like you're big on silver, right? Why is silver one of the most suppressed? Like the price on silver. I know if you love silver, you know this. Tell me why silver price has been suppressed forever, and tell me if that's going to stop at some point. Because if it's going to stop at some point, I believe silver is absolutely a lot more valuable. But I don't think. Do you know anything about
it? It's so heavily suppressed. And if the true value was exposed, they have estimates where the true value of silver is $2,000 to $3,000 per coin, per one coin. This is a 5-ounce coin. So I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon, because you're fighting against the bankers and the government. And they don't lose as easily as people think. People want to like, oh, crypto, yay. Now crypto's manipulated. I stopped posting for a while because I learned that it was manipulated as well. And just the way gold, it's all manipulated. So you have to just understand that you have to play the game a little bit and make as much money as you can for you and your family, and not really get concerned about much else outside of that. Gold and silver are manipulated. Bitcoin is manipulated. The banks control it. There's shorts, massive shorts on paper. If everyone right now in America, let's put it very easily, if everyone right now watching and everyone in America demanded 1 10-ounce bar of silver, not on paper, not a promissory note, if everyone demanded this, it would crash the market immediately, and each bar would be thousands of dollars. Everything would explode.
Yeah.
There's a silver street, the Wall Street Bets. They're talking about doing something like that, but the organization is going to be a lot heavier than just like a stock.
Also, so Miguel and I are big against. We do not like the central. We don't like the banks, right? And so ultimately, the reality is, if 3% states went to the bank and withdraw their funds, all of their funds, just 3%, same thing. It would absolutely crash the entire economy, and the money's not there. We live in a world of absolute. It's Narnia. We live fake world right now where everything is kind of what may make it to be, right? I don't know. I
no, you're right. I went to get. I'm putting the double fireplace I told you about earlier. I have a big patio with 2 fireplaces. It's great. Yeah. But I needed to get like $8,000 to buy cement and supplies. Right. Yeah. So I just went to go get my money, and you would have thought I came in there to rob the bank. Yeah. They were insane. And they were telling me all these things. I was like, I don't have to do shit. I'm going to stand here, and you're going to go in that box and get my money. It's not yours. Yeah. You're holding it for me. They act like it's theirs. And the fractional reserve lending system where they take in your money and lend it out. Yeah, it's terrible. I was holding this up. You know, you ever get one of those?
I can't really see what it says.
$100 trillion bill from the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. And it's the largest denomination ever printed in global history. It's the biggest bill ever.
And what is it worth?
About 80 cents. American.
I just want to say, guys, real quick in the chat, guys, if you guys are holding any gold or silver, physical gold and silver, none of this like shares, electronic shares or whatever, actual physical gold or silver in the chat, drop a 1. If you don't, drop a 2, guys, in the chat. Let us know. Are you guys holding silver?
And Crypto Fam, listen, it's What If Wednesday. I see a little bit of chatter in the chat. Are we going to talk crypto? Whatever. We actually, listen, it's What If Wednesday. We're talking about some wild ideas, this is absolutely, we are talking about crypto in the actual macroeconomic sense, right? We're talking about our world and the things that actually affect crypto. So yes, are we talking about crypto? For sure. But are we also talking on a What If Wednesday? Yes, we are. So we appreciate each and every one of you. But I just want to let you guys know it's What If Wednesday, so we're going to get after it. So let's get back to the topic at hand, right? So the idea is that all of these assets are going to go away. So here's my question. We're big on educating people, okay? So this is for both of you, Lakota and Miguel. What do you say to if you're telling people, let's say we all agreed that just about everything was going to go to zero in the next 9 years. Let's just say by 2030, a massive amount of this was going to go to zero, whatever the percentage is. That's not really the point. What do you tell people as it relates to getting in and out of anything other than solid blue chip projects? Because ultimately what you're saying is, hey, every time you invest in even a mid to low cap coin, what you're suggesting is that coin is primed and ready to just disappear. So what do you tell people? How do you tell people to protect themselves?
Don't buy shit. Right? Just how you don't buy shit penny stocks and expect to get rich overnight or to hold it long term. You just don't, right? It's the same concept. People jump into crypto thinking that it's a get rich overnight kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to pull a Wolf of Wall Street and they're just going to get rich. And it doesn't work that way. They're going to end up losing it all. The thing is, a lot of companies, a lot of people, right, just like the NFT space, are just jumping in and trying to replicate something else. We know it's not hard to fork an existing project. It's not hard to just put a few lines of code together and create a whole new project. And then it's all a marketing campaign. It's just, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then it goes away. Look what happened to Ethereum Max. Kim Kardashian and Floyd are now getting sued for promoting the scam, right? That was exactly that. They just forked or whatever that was it did with Ethereum Max, just put the name on it, Ethereum. People were thinking, honestly, I need to buy it, whatever, and paid these big people to promote it. That's not the way to go, right? You don't see Bitcoin paying anybody to run Bitcoin.
But new people
promos.
to the space, Miguel, don't know that, right? So like these new people that are coming into the space, they don't know that, and they look to these influencers and they look to these people to say, hey, like I thought I was getting into something, solid. So ultimately you can't the do your own research for sure, but when somebody's brand new, I mean, what do you because they're not going to get rich overnight with Bitcoin, right? They're not going to get rich in probably the next couple of years with Bitcoin.
Investing in general is not about getting rich overnight, whether it's Bitcoin or not. I understand Bitcoin created a big opportunity for a lot of people early on, right? 2012, 2010, we all talk about it. If we would have bought Bitcoin back then, in just a few short years, by 2017, we could have been millionaires, multimillionaires. That's cool. That happens once in a while, in a rare opportunity in a generation or in a lifetime. Doesn't come by every day. The time has passed. We're not there anymore. Don't keep looking for that next Bitcoin, that next Ethereum that is going to blow up and get you rich. You can find them. There's a boatload of risk onto it. And it's not that you're going to find something that's going to replicate what Bitcoin or Ethereum is doing. You're just going to try to replicate the run, right? The pump, the hype. And that is just going to lead, if you don't get out at the right time, to get dumped on. And we know more than anything that timing the market is practically impossible. So unless you're an insider, you're probably not going to get out of that coin at the right time. Why did the majority of people not sell Doge at 80 cents? Because they thought it was just going to keep going forever, right?
Yeah.
So that's the problem.
Somebody just said, I can't wait to buy bugs that shit gold. I also watched a whole fight break out in the chat, and then they made up. This is a very mature chat room.
Check this out. Check this out. Peter Schiff has bought up all of the gold-producing bugs.
Well, I wanted to add to that is what would I tell people? I would say what really helped me is learning that digital scarcity is a thing. Because when I first learned of cryptocurrency, I was like, that's bullshit. They could press a button and make as much as they want. But here, I could explain it like this, because my brain works in very visual and simple terms. Imagine, if you will, if you go onto your banking app and I was like, add a zero. You can't do that. Okay, it's That's
Right.
cryptocurrency is even more. It's cryptography. It's
Right.
and it's scarce, and there are assets that are scarce. 21 million Bitcoin. I think 2025 is the next happening, and I think that's the next time. It's going to be sideways and down and up a little bit, and probably a little boring until then. But
Okay.
when that does happen, if you're in projects that are world changing, and I have my small list, can we do that? I'm curious. What are your top like 3 cryptos each? I know that you love Bitcoin, Miguel, but outside of Bitcoin, Bitcoin not included, what are your top 3 outside of Bitcoin?
Go ahead, Nick. You can go first.
So mine, yeah. So mine is. So I'm going to take Bitcoin out. Bitcoin is technically my second largest, but I would have. So it would be Ethereum, XRP, and VeChain.
Okay.
And I know you hate. I know you hate XRP, right?
Why would I hate anything? I don't. A lot of people do. When I posted about it, and that's how me and Blockchain Boy met. He duetted my video and got like mad at me about XRP. People are so emotional about this coin. I think because there's like 12 people that think it's going to be 80 grand a coin, but it is a very. Have you ever used XRP? Anyone who hates on it, first of all, have you ever used it? I sent a fucking the other day. It was like 2 seconds. And lightning fast and super cheap. Lightning fast and super cheap. And if this could be implemented into our payment system somehow, it's going to be, I think XRP could easily be $12, $13, $14 a coin, and possibly more depending on how much money could actually flood into it. Do you have a price prediction on XRP?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking $5 to $10. I know that's a huge range, but I don't personally. I've got a bunch of XRP, right? But so I don't personally think though that we're going to have some crazy numbers. I just don't see it. However, I do see the use case. I do see that it can be implemented. I do see the companies that are buying into it. I see what Visa is getting involved in. All of these companies are not getting involved in just Ripple and RippleNet. What is RippleNet using? It's using that on-demand liquidity in XRP. Mm-hmm. Miguel wants to tell you, though. Go ahead, Lakota. Go ahead, Miguel. Tell Lakota that he's a bootlicker. Go ahead. Tell him.
I'm not telling him he's a boot. I don't know if he's invested in Bitcoin and XRP or not, right?
I guess I'm a boot. Is that what they are? I do have XRP in the event that they win the lawsuit, which is good for all crypto, and then it does a 5x. I do. You'd be silly not to have some exposure to that.
I have 0 XRP, and I'll never buy XRP. And my dilemma about XRP is I find that to make money, I do have like a moral thing about like not a moral compass, but like I have like a moral code about what is good money to make and what's bad money to make, right? And XRP just falls under that bad money to make because I don't like central banks. I don't like the banking traditional system, and investing in something that I know can make me money. I'm not denying that XRP can go to $5 to $10, right? Yeah. I'm not denying that it could win the lawsuit. I'm not denying any of that. I'm just saying that I don't want to invest in something that I know just is going to make me money in the short term, but in the long run, they're going to come around and, they're going to screw you in the long run, right? Just how the traditional system has always been screwing the average person. So I don't want to support something that's going to do that. I don't want to support banks becoming stronger and having more power in the crypto space through XRP.
Ooh, Miguel, hold on. This is interesting because I told you like I eat organic foods. Like people won't look at me and think, well, that guy eats a lot of organic food. I'm fucking 300 pounds. I'm a big guy, but I hate the idea of Monsanto, an evil seed company, and I hate the idea of but I would invest in Coca-Cola, basically black sugar, toxic cocaine filled fucking rush of bubbly drugs that should not be legal, but it's addictive, highly addictive and delicious and amazing. And the stock's probably going to go up. And I'm in the S&P 500 index, and there's a lot of companies in there that are probably pretty evil. And there's at some point you have to disconnect a little bit. And I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you if I looked into my silver ball here and I told you for 100% accuracy, without a doubt, I could see into the future, and they win the lawsuit and it does a 10x.
That's fine. I still don't get any XRP. 0.
I do believe
that. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I believe they're gonna win the lawsuit. I believe that they could hit $10, possibly even higher, right? With the amount of following that they have, with the connections that they have, they could, and they probably will. I have 0 doubts that is a possibility for XRP, and I'm still telling you,
0 interest and 0 doubts. So, what's your top 3 outside of Bitcoin then?
So outside of Bitcoin, I hold Ethereum, I hold Cardano, and I hold Polkadot. I hold a few other ones as well, but those are my three biggest. Yeah, I think those are my three biggest holdings outside of Bitcoin.
I'm surprised nobody said HBAR. You guys
Nope,
don't like HBAR?
that's another one for me. It's on the XRP side, right? It's same.
It's on okay.
So I can't say directly, but I'll give it to you like this. HBAR is heavily involved in, let's just say, getting a piece of paper stamped so that you can go places.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
So,
I
yeah.
think the only one that I could probably sell you guys on, and give you just a little insight. I don't know if you guys, anyone understands how powerful. My top three would probably be Chainlink, Ethereum, and Theta.
Those are
And
three
my
great
top
projects.
Yeah, Theta is by far the most important cryptocurrency out of all 16,000. It's the most important one. They're the only cryptocurrency that has 6 U.S. patents. They have the co-founder of YouTube on the team, Verizon engineers, PhDs. They have the most ridiculous team. Out of the 1 billion tokens, 60% are staked and locked up in private wallets and have
But
been
what are
all
they
year
going to
long.
do? But what are they actually going to do besides? I'm not arguing. I think Theta is a great project, but I'm saying, what do you think when you make the statement that I think that they're one of, if not the most important cryptocurrency? That tells me that it has to. See, I would put Ethereum there and say, listen, you can hate on the gas fees, you can hate that it's too slow, whatever. But the reality is, everyone builds on it. It's like the internet of cryptocurrency, right? So what is Theta going to do on a level like that? Like, how does that look?
So the internet runs from under the ocean in big, thick cables. It's a $1 trillion system that runs under the water. And it's a big problem right now. The internet's slowing down because of the metaverse and all the people that are on it. So you could dig up all these cables and spend trillions of dollars on infrastructure, and it's insane.
Right.
But
which is not going to happen.
Theta with 6 U.S. patents and a team of engineers that would blow your mind have developed a system they're slowly rolling out. They're not sexy. They're not doing a lot of marketing. They're coming to Coinbase, by the way. 60% is staked, and they're on the way to Coinbase. They're already in the Coinbase blog listing. When they get there, it'll be too late. But to answer your question, what they do is they're going to have a system of bandwidth sharing that will help when you close your laptop tonight. You'll basically send your internet powers to your neighbor's house, completely sealed and private, and you'll be paid in T-Fuel to do it. And it'll be every device interconnected. Samsung, by the way, is already signed on with Theta. Google is signed on with Theta. I'm not betting against Samsung and Google. I'm not doing it. The technology that they have is so mind-blowing. I'm not technical. I don't understand it. But I do understand that the internet has to be fast. And people will not tolerate these little spinny bars in the metaverse. The little fucking buffery circle. Not going to happen. Not in the metaverse. People need fast and reliable. And Theta is working on a global system to speed up the entire internet. Their little Theta TV bullshit is a baby use case of how YouTube can work if it was completely smooth with no lag. Basically, in short, they're going to partner with Netflix and Hulu, and it's going to Coinbase. And it's easily, right now, it's a $4 billion market cap. It's easily a $500 billion market cap, a $500 coin. Easily fucking screenshot me, do whatever you have to do. Theta to $500 is easy. It's not a challenge.
I had no idea that was on the agenda for Theta, not because I never I just never looked that far into it, right? It hasn't been something that I've held, right? And so I've had a lot of people talk to me about it. Miguel and I were actually going to stream to Theta, and then had some technical, difficulties with some stuff there. But ultimately, I need to look farther into that because, the idea of what you just said is kind of like the idea on a totally grand scale, but of why Miguel and I are mining helium. Because it ultimately it's literally sharing that information, that network with everybody. And so what you're saying is basically, instead of bottlenecking bandwidth, you're saying I jump off this live stream tonight, and ultimately that bandwidth essentially is captured, and my neighbor jumps on, and it's basically going from point A to point B. That's freaking dope.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's just like the tip of it. And it's so much more technical, and I'm really not technical, and I don't know how to explain it. But I know that I don't research a lot of things, but when I do, it's conspiracy theory, fucking beautiful mind on the wall, like deep research. And I spent
We love it.
nights, so many nights digging into Theta and the people behind it and the team behind it. It's not going to surprise me when it hits $100, $200, $500. It won't be even a little bit shocking. It'll shock other people. People will be
Right.
like, fuck, where did that come from? Kind of the way, like Shiba Inu just climbed up and passed Theta and it went to a top 10. Everyone was like, what the fuck is this? That's going to happen, but it's going to be it's going to be important.
T Fuel
Shiba's
or
not important.
Theta or T Fuel?
Theta. T Fuel
Okay.
is like they use
gap.
T Fuel to buy NFTs.
Yeah.
And by the way, Warren Buffett, love him or hate him, and Katy Perry had a fucking private talk. You could Google it, and there's images of Warren Buffett and Katy Perry talking. 2 weeks later, Katy Perry came out and joined like Theta Labs and then dropped her NFT on the Theta network.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening, but there's crazy shit happening. Oh, and they let one more thing on, if that wasn't important enough. What's the Hollywood agency, the biggest one, this creative arts agency? They just signed on as a Guardian node, which means they're a big, important part of the network. And Katy Perry is part of the CAA. So is every other major celebrity. Anyone like A-list, like way up there, like Katy Perry.
Right.
Anyone that's going to do with an NFT drop with the CAA, it's going to be with Theta. So the amount of names and attention that's going to come to this coin, it's fucking mind blowing. I've never seen. It's the most perfect storm of crypto I've ever seen.
So
and
you
Miguel,
see
please forgive me, but I think Theta could flip fucking Bitcoin. Not just I think it could flip Bitcoin.
Ooh, you're really cussing in Miguel's ear now.
Respectfully, I think it could flip Bitcoin, and I wouldn't be at all surprised because Bitcoin has very little at the moment. Like when I sent the other day, when I tell you I'm not technical, I sent some Bitcoin to I got this cool credit card now, this crypto.com card, and I sent some Bitcoin over from another account to it, and I was waiting, and it was stressful and fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
and
it's fine, right?
Everything
is a competitor.
It would
even
need
if it flips Bitcoin in market cap. At the end of the day,
it would need to 200x. It would need to 200x and Bitcoin sit still from where it's at right now. It would need to over 200x. That would be $800.
Even if it did, even if it did do that, right? Even if Bitcoin gets flipped, people have this thing that if Bitcoin gets flipped in market cap, automatically Bitcoin has been dethroned and is no longer. Bitcoin is still the perfect money. The best money that's ever been created. There's no other better money.
It's the best store of value as of now.
I think it's the best thing that happened.
What's gold? What's gold? Store of value, right? Because gold is the perfect form of money.
Well, right. But what I'm saying
is it has the defect of you can't break a piece of gold off and transfer it.
Exactly.
It's heavy, right?
Satoshi.
So that's why it was pegged to the dollar or with fiat, right? To say, well, gold is perfect money, and here's the dollar, right? It's attached to it. If you give them the dollars, they can go and retrieve gold with it later on. After that separation happened, that relationship died. Fiat is not real money anymore. But Bitcoin encapsulates all of that and more. So Bitcoin is the perfect money. Unless something better than Bitcoin in money terms gets created, which I don't see that happening.
XRP is better than Bitcoin as far as money because money has to
be. It's not money. It's like money. It's just tokens that are quickly transported.
This is not good money. Silver, I love, but you can't. In order to be good money, you have to be usable. And Bitcoin is almost unusable because it's expensive and slow. So it's the coolest thing that ever happened to humanity in the last 20 years, probably. Bitcoin is amazing, and I'm grateful to it. And I wear the B logo on my shirt. I love Bitcoin. I'm not hating on it. But in order to be perfect money, it has to be really fast and really inexpensive and really secure. And Bitcoin is not. Bitcoin is like send. Oh, fuck. Did I do it right? Oh, fuck. Oh, man, 20 minutes goes by. I lost weight from sweating. Oh, and here it is. And 38 confirmations later. That's not perfect money. That's fucking
It's better than any other money that's already been created.
Yes, it's
just because
it's
XRP
better.
Is fast doesn't mean it's good money.
Yes, it's like saying the Wright brothers made the perfect plane. Like they made the first one. All right, we're in the sky. We're going. We're in the sky. We're moving. Bitcoin is here. But this is prehistoric digital technology. And
it's not, right? It's not. The thing is that Bitcoin chooses to be the way it is, right? Bitcoin is not limited in capacity by any way or means. Bitcoin chooses security over speed. That's the trilemma, right? There is nothing that solves the trilemma. There is nothing better. You need to encapsulate one prioritize something, and it prioritizes security. So therefore, it's adapting, right? It's just got the Taproot update that just happened in November. That's going to be introducing smart contracts into Bitcoin at some point. Bitcoin chooses to adapt slowly. Bitcoin's technology is not dinosaur obsolete where it cannot continue to compete.
You're just saying it chooses not to at this point.
It chooses
when
not
you
to.
say
It chooses
it, you
to
mean
be
the people that run the like, because Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer network of people. So what if they all raise their hand and like, let's just blow the shit out of it. Let's make Bitcoin fast.
That's what they did with Bitcoin Cash, right? They had that split because they wanted to make Bitcoin
code
fast.
to do that. They had to fork
yeah, that didn't get Bitcoin. Yeah. Nobody
because they
that.
couldn't agree, right? They couldn't have a consensus system where they could all agree of where to go. So they broke off, created Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is super fast. Who talks about Bitcoin Cash?
Exactly.
Nobody,
yeah.
Right?
Hold on, I got to read this. I got to read this thing from the chat. Sean C said, "Okay, I could believe that the CIA, with help from extraterrestrials, made Bitcoin, but Theta flipping Bitcoin is just too crazy." That's the kind of thing I want to.
Where did he say that? Hold on.
I'm screenshotting it. I'm gonna. These are the. I have so many screenshots because I believe. Like, I'm going to be looked at like, you know how that one guy, Da Vinci, is looked at like some oracle, like he told everyone. I'm telling everyone right now, not advice. Of course it's fucking advice. Get Theta. I hate that I have to have that stupid fucking disclaimer. Like someone's going to buy $8 worth of Theta and it's going to go to $6 and they're going to fucking sue me. This is like, of course it's advice, but it's not legal fucking advice for whatever you assholes think. But if you don't have some Theta, and Theta goes to $500, you're going to be like, fuck, I was on that thing, and that fat guy was screaming about it, and I should have had a little Theta. Just get some Theta.
So it actually is, I respect it, and I like the case that you just presented for Theta. I am going to be looking into Theta. I will tell you somebody else that talks about Theta a lot, or at least what has been talking about it recently, is Parabolic Signals. He talks about Theta quite a bit. There's a lot of people that love Theta. So I will definitely take a little bit deeper dive into Theta. So let's pivot from Theta back over kind of towards where we were headed with the Bitcoin, ETH. Like, so somebody in the chat said, where did it go? Somebody in the chat said XRP is better than ETH. Okay, so let me tell you the reason, Garris, why we can't make this comparison, because they're not the same thing at all. It's like telling me that like an apple is better than a freaking carrot, right? Like, that's just not, they're not the same thing. You're talking fruits and vegetables here. You're talking about two things that do something totally different. I like the thought process behind it. You're saying, hey, I like XRP a lot better. It solves a problem that helps me, this, that, and the third. But the reality is ETH is the internet that everything is built on top of, that many cryptocurrencies are built on top of. And I think that'll continue. I think things need to change with ETH. Let's look at the reality. Every single project, right? Every project has problems. All of them. Theta, don't know what they are, but has problems, right? ETH has problems. XRP has problems. There's not a single cryptocurrency that doesn't have freaking problems. And so what we have to do is like Miguel, but let's be real, right? Bitcoin has problems too. It is exactly
being
like
slow is not a problem.
Said. Well, but it can be if you want it to be. If you want it to.
Do you complain? Do you complain about how long your money takes for them to get to your merchant, or for when they pay you, how long it takes to get in your bank account? Nobody complains about that, and that's slow. You're
talking about one day where like I have to wait a business day if somebody writes me a check, writes my business
right now.
a check.
Yeah, right now, how the world works right now. When you send money from one place to another, when you pay at Chipotle, the Chipotle does not get the money right away, right? They just don't. And if you want to get that money back, it's going to take 5 to 6 business days for a refund if you bought something, right? 5 or 6 days. Bitcoin doesn't take 5 or 6 days.
But that's centralized companies basically.
Exactly. It's centralized companies. It's centralized companies, and it takes them 5 to 6 days to give you your money back. Bitcoin is decentralized, and it might take you 30 minutes for you to get there, right? And that's not even talking about the Lightning Network that is still on progress, right? And doing other different things to be able to create faster transactions and bulk up transactions to get through the network a lot faster. So Bitcoin being a little slow compared to XRP doesn't make it worse than what exists right now. It's still better than what it currently exists. XRP is created by a company that has self-interest in its own product to produce something. It's not in the self-interest of people. Bitcoin is created and controlled by no one, in the aspect that the technology cannot change to benefit certain people over like XRP can, right? XRP is made to make banks better and to benefit banks, not to benefit the average consumer.
So I have
Bitcoin
a question.
is for the average consumer.
I have a question. Lakota, maybe you can answer this. Maybe Miguel, you can answer this. Why, if someone talks bad about XRP, right? As an example, XRP is like this, Shiba's like this. Those are the two main ones that I can think of. I talked about this recently, but it's as if people were born in the XRP or the Shiba womb, right? And that when you talk bad about their mother, right, XRP, Shiba, that's how it comes across. It's like I'll be damned if you're going to talk bad about my coin, right, about my project. Why are people so freaking crazy about XRP? Do you think it's the delusion that it's actually going to go to $589 or 10 grand or 30 grand or whatever? What is it?
It's basic human psychology. People, the ultimate punishment is solitary confinement. So jail is a punishment, and the people that are in jail that misbehave, they go to solitary. That's the ultimate human punishment, is to take people away from other people. And XRP is a community, and when a people join a community and they start to believe in it, XRP is almost, it's not a cult, but it's real. The pull is real strong.
Yeah.
And it's not a cult. I'm not comparing it. I'm just saying the pull is strong. And when you get in there and you have hope and you think that your life is going to change and you're going to be able to buy a nice car and a nice house because you hold this coin and other people believe the same thing, it becomes almost unshakable, almost in a way politically. Like if you believe one thing and one side, it's really scary. Actually, you could, I'm rambling a little bit, but I have to say, if you Google honey is bad for me right now, you're gonna fucking Facebook and Google will feed you all the things you want to know about how honey is bad for you, like honey in your tea. If you Google honey is good for me, you're going to get all types of shit about how it's good for you. It's only about the engagement. So people are looking for what they want to see. They want their life to change. They want more money. They're going to get in the XRP community. They're going to latch on. And then anything that goes against their core belief system challenges them almost as a person. That's like who, it's part of their identity. So you have to be careful not to get that deeply involved. Somebody quick also mentioned in the chat that Tezos is a perfect crypto with no problems. They have one big problem. They're infringing on Theta's patents, and Theta has 6 U.S. patents, and Tezos is going to be trying to use them. They're going to have to, and they're running into a lot of problems behind the scenes. You could look that up, but that's a big problem with that. But to answer your question, in short, people join communities and they get tightly involved and emotionally involved, and then it challenges them as a person.
Yeah, my thing about XRP, I think the reason why it's such a cult following is because they see it as, this is my chance to become an elite, right? Because they tie XRP, banks, they tie the power that banks have to
that's right, your chance,
elite status of banks, right? And they're like, oh wait, I can invest in something that's going to be so powerful like the banks and make the banks even better. I'm going to be one of them. They're going to allow me to enter this VIP club of elitist banks, right? And that's their mentality of, this is the thing. And it's like, guys, last time I checked, banks don't want more people in their elite club, right? That's why they're all owned by a small group of people. They don't want you. They're not going to do this for you. They're not going to let you in. They're not going to allow you to leave the barrier of wherever it is that you exist in, right? Whether it's medium class, lower class, high class, whatever it is, you're never going to be an elite like them by owning XRP.
I think this is really interesting, Carol. People love underdogs. It's actually a political campaign strategy. I have, as long as I've held XRP, I've never thought of it that way. And you know what? It didn't become, I don't think it became the underdog or as polarizing as it is until last December, or what I think it was the December before, but whatever, when the lawsuit actually, got dropped on XRP, right? It was still polarizing. It was still a freaking huge community, right? But the reality is, I think that just an interesting thought, because it's so true, right? People do want to root for an underdog. And now you take a community of people that believe fearlessly in something, somebody else is trying to hold them down, and you've got now created an underdog that's being suppressed, that's, being victimized. And now we've got the perfect storm also for something to absolutely rip when this lawsuit's over. And if anybody thinks that they're not going to win this lawsuit, or if there's not handshake deals that have already happened, they're freaking crazy. What do you think, Lakota? Are you on the mindset that this is all theatrics?
Not all of it, but most of it. I think Gary Gensler wasn't he the head of the SEC at the time of the lawsuit? And didn't he also teach a course on blockchain technology? That was weird. There's some of the names involved. It almost looks too weird. That points to Miguel's point that I don't think the bankers are just going to let you into their club. It almost looks too theatrical. It's almost too perfect. I think what's done. I think they're going to win, and I think it'll 10x.
Too easy. It's too easy for all these people to create XRP, right? Make it the banker's coin, partner up with all these banks, and then allow all these average people to invest so heavily to become XRP whales, and then become this rich, financially free person off the backs of banks, right? And banks are going to give up their power of creating money and using money the way they want to whether it's laundering. They've caught a bunch of banks laundering money and doing all kinds of illegal activities, right? They're not going to be able to do that with XRP and give that power up to XRP. So I just don't see. And if people want an underdog, what better underdog than Bitcoin, right? The one that has nobody's.
How can you call number one and it's been number one underdog?
The number one in market cap in price, but it's the underdog in technology, and it's the underdog in incentive, right?
People don't care about that. Everybody care about their freaking bags, baby. They care about their money. They care about where things are headed price wise. That's just a fact. People just want to see.
But the price point isn't what makes it a champion or not, right? It's not the price point of Bitcoin. It's what Bitcoin is trying to achieve. It's the decentralization. Well, that's why they also invest in XRP and HBAR, right? So
hold on. So let me ask this then. So back to, and actually this kind of brings things full circle. So if all of these projects are going to disappear that we were originally talking about, right? Just kind of bringing this full circle. Let me ask both Lakota thoughts. So not maybe not so much specifically every single project that's going to, stay around. I'm not trying to bore people to death, but like, what kind of projects are going to survive when we go through a massive freaking bear market, when we go through, some sort of a freaking digital revolution, whatever, digital pandemic, I don't know what's going to happen, but when all of that happen and the smoke settles, what kind of freaking projects are going to still be around?
That's such an easy and simple question to answer.
Okay.
The answer to that question it's so simple. The coins that will change the world and have incredible use case. Coins that, like Ethereum, that have smart contracts built on them that'll change the face of how real estate contracts are written. Coins like Theta and XRP, a payment coin like that. Bitcoin, a store of value, the perfect money as you put it. There's going to be maybe 100 coins that have incredible partnerships. Chainlink is an Oracle token with the most impressive partner list and incredible use case. You guys hate HBAR, but if you would kindly look at their governing council and all the people, whether it's centralized or not, and if you don't care, if you're in it to make some money, it's hard to look at Hedera Hashgraph and not see it going to $3 or $4.
I actually made a bunch of money on HBAR. I just got out of it at that point. So because of the other stuff that was going on. But
I agree with you that HBAR probably will succeed, probably have some level of, price gain for people that invested into it. But the problem with HBAR is, it's the corporations behind it. It's the fact that you're investing in something that is literally, once again, going to not just screw you, but they actually have a very big point of failure that was actually brought out to my attention by Probo on TikTok.
What?
Basically, their technology that is given to HBAR comes from a company called oh man, what's the name of this company? I forget what the name of the company is right now. There is a company that literally licensed out the technology to Hedera Ashcraft. I forgot what the name of the company is. I know I told you, Nick, the other day on the phone.
Yeah, and they only license out for a certain amount of time or something.
They have certain conditions that they can pull that technology back away from Hedera Hashgraph. And if they do, they literally don't have the technology anymore. It's goodbye. It's gone, right? And another point is Phantom is actually a copy of the technology before the technology was patented. So you could literally be using the same thing that HBAR is doing with Phantom and not have to deal with these 37 corporations that are going to be running, what's the best interest for everybody in these projects.
Real quick, someone in the chat, Chemo and Crypto just said, Chemo and Crypto said Crypto 500 instead of S&P 500. I invest in the S&P 500 because it's self-cleansing. It's the top 500 companies. If one slips out, and one performs better, it gets into the 500. It's like brainless investing. You don't have to do anything. It's always the top 500. I think that's a great idea to have some type of index fund that has the top 500 cryptos and it self-cleanses. Chemo and Crypto, that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, it's not only a fantastic idea, but I think the whole crypto markets are going to be, or I mean, I think that the stock market on the other side, kind of flipping that on its head, I think the stock market is going to be on the blockchain. We've talked about that before. I think we're going to move to a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week stock market at some point. I don't know, at what point that's going to happen, but it almost has to. Crypto is putting that pressure on the forefront, right? It's saying people are getting bored with the idea of, wait a minute, I can't, like we live in a world of I want it when, I want it now, right? And people are getting bored with the idea that, wait a minute, you're telling me that I can't I can't actually execute a live trade and see movement in the market over the weekend. I gotta wait for it to open again. What the heck is that? It's 2022, baby. Let's go, right? And I think that crypto is going to push that narrative to I think it's going to force the stock market's hand. I don't know what it's going to look like for Wall Street or whatever, but I don't really care. But I just think that that's what's going to happen. I don't know. Just where I see it going. So,
well, yeah. This has been incredibly fun. I'm going to get some Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, no, we literally usually stop right at an hour. So,
okay,
Lakota, first of all, thank you very much for coming on, dude. Hey, I got to tell you, I've watched a lot of your stuff on TikTok, and I very much enjoy the comedy. But I got to tell you, man, I'm freaking impressed with your knowledge in the crypto space. Like, I just wanted to tell you, bro, like for real. I'm very impressed with you. I guess I didn't know how deep into the crypto space you were, so I didn't know what to expect tonight in terms of the crypto chat. And it's been great.
Thank you for having me on, and that was all. I hope you're impressed because that's all of it. That's literally, I don't know anything else. If you have me back, there's not going to be new shit that I say. That's all the knowledge I have.
We got it all in an hour, baby. You heard it here first. Yeah, we got it all.
When I say I'm not technical, like I really don't know. People are like, "How do you buy Theta?" I'm like, fuck, how did I buy? And I have to really slow down and like watch YouTube tutorials and shit. I really have a hard time with like technical shit, but I appreciate you having me on, and I'd love to come back.
Thank you.
You have to have me at
100%.
Theta intervals. When Theta hits $10, have me back. When it hits 15, have me back. When it hits 20, have me back. When it hits 30, have me back. When it hits 50, have me back. Okay.
We will pay attention to the Jewtalion, the Theta Bull. We will definitely pay attention, dude. So, Crypto Fam, we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for being here. If you didn't smash the like, smash the like. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We love each and every one of you. I hope you guys had a wonderful night. Actually, hold on a second.
Clifton, thank you for the super chat, Clifton. Greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate it, man.
I actually didn't see. Did the super chat just come in, or was it from earlier?
It just came in now.
Oh, okay. Why can't I see it? I literally can't even see it.
I think it's like a super sticker or something.
Okay. Well, that's just still weird. I don't know why I can't see it. But at any event, Crypto Fam, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed the evening tonight. Miguel and I, listen, Miguel, dude, I was literally that was a great conversation.
That was
with
awesome.
him.
That was an awesome
It was
conversation.
just a fun conversation. And yeah, so if you guys are not involved in our academy, I just want to throw this out there before we jump off here. The Debate Crypto Academy, guys, if you want to get some personalized information, if you want to get in on Sunday seminars, which we have every single week, where Miguel and I are live on video with you guys, talking person to person about anything you want to talk about, but we have obviously things that we're teaching. Jump into the academy. Listen, you're not committed to anything. Jump in for a month. I want to challenge some people in the chat tonight. Jump in for a month. Check it out. If it's not worth it, you don't like it, tell all your friends. Go ahead. But the reason I say that is because I know it's worth it, right? I know what we provide. I know we have Crypto 101, which is a full slew of videos that takes you from not knowing anything about crypto all the way into like, hey, I understand the crypto space a little bit, right? And a lot more than a little bit. But I don't know. We would just love to have you guys. We are working together as a team. We've got a great pop in Telegram. The Telegram group is fantastic. We operate as a family. And so, yeah, we'd love to have you over there.
Anyone
And
that
we're giving
joins the
away.
Debate Crypto Academy gets the chance to win 1 year
That's
of
right.
Market Cipher, which is valued at $1,000, guys. $1,000.
We are giving that away soon. And guys, I don't know what else. I don't know what else I can toss out there for you, but we would love to have you. So, fam,
100%.
we love each and every one of you. If nobody's told you before that tonight, we love you. We appreciate you guys.